Hi, welcome to WVU Extension Today. I'm your host, Joel Brown. Happy New Year. Some people say, a new year, a new you. But what about paying attention and nurturing relationships that already exist? Let's head over to Amy Cook and learn more about relationships.
Hi, I'm Amy Cook. I'm the Family and Community Development Agent for West Virginia University Extension Service in Braxton and Clay counties. And today, I would like to talk to you for a few minutes about relationships. So it's almost February, right? And we all know what that means. We're going to talk about Valentine's Day. However, Valentine's Day tends to focus on the romantic relationships in our life. But there are so many other relationships that are just as important, and maybe some even more so than the romantic relationships in our life. And we really need to think about how we can give those relationships the same amount of time, energy, and effort to be successful as we do our romantic relationships. So let's talk for a couple of minutes about those other relationships in our life. We have relationships with our children, with our extended family members, with our friends, our neighbors, our co-workers, and many other relationships. We all have relationships, whether they be good or bad. We have some sort of relationship going on in our life. So it's really important to know how to make those be successful. Our family is our backbone. They're the people that will always be there for us throughout the duration of our lives. So it's really important that we know how to make our family relationships successful and lasting. They're the people that we can count on when we really need someone. They're especially important people to cultivate a good relationship with for those reasons. Our friends, especially our long-term friendships, can be some of the best relationships that we have in our lives. Mainly because we choose who our friends are, whereas with family, we get who we get, right? But with our friendships, we tend to choose who our friends are based on the same interests, the same personality, and those sorts of things. So often our friends are the people that we can talk to about anything without judgment. And that's why they're very important relationships. If you work, then you know that our coworkers are often the people that we spend the majority of our day with, a huge amount of time. Most people work at least 8 hours a day. Well, that's a third of our day. The other third we spend sleeping, so if you think about that, we probably spend more time with our coworkers than we do our family and friends on any given day. So very important that we cultivate good relationships in the workplace. Don't forget that having a good relationship with people like our neighbors or people that we interact with on a daily basis, maybe at the grocery store, that sort of thing, those are important relationships too. Our neighbors can really look out for us, especially if we live in an area where our friends and family aren't around. That's why it's important that we get along with our neighbors and that we know our neighbors. Many people have neighbors that they've never even met. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to get to know your neighbors because, again, those relationships are important too. Plus, we see these people nearly every day, whereas, again, our friends and family, we might not, but our neighbors, they're here every day, right? You look out your window, you see your neighbors. You drive down your street, you see your neighbors. So, again, important people to have a good relationship with. Well, let's talk about how we can do that.
Hey, Wyatt. Yeah.
So, how can we foster good relationships with all of these important people in our lives? Well, communication is our #1 tool for a successful relationship of any type. So, how can we make our communication most effective? Build trust by being honest and forthright. Be clear by saying how we feel and what we mean, instead of beating around the bush. Actively listen to what the other person is saying, instead of thinking about what we want to say next. Show empathy when a person talks to you about the problems or issues that they are having. Not necessarily solve their problems unless they ask you for advice or help with solutions, but just showing that you understand how difficult their situation might be. being aware of our body language and our nonverbal communication, which sometimes shows something different than the words that we are saying. For instance, if we tell someone they can come and talk to us anytime, but we are standing with our arms crossed in front of us, that can send a message that's conflicting. Crossed arms can make you appear closed off and not open to talking, maybe even uncomfortable.
So, what's one of the easiest ways to start the process of getting to know people? Smiling is a universal gesture that shows people that you are open to communicating with them. It's a great start whether you want to meet that new neighbor or talk to a family member about something really important. Put a smile on your face. One of the best ways that we can develop our relationships is by having a meal together. Everyone needs to eat, and food tends to bring out the best in people. It's a great way to get to know new people and to deepen the relationships with people that you already know. In fact, research shows us that having family mealtime can make a huge difference in the youth in your life. It helps them to have better self-esteem, less risky behaviors like drug, alcohol, and tobacco use, better grades in school, and improved relationships in their own lives. Well, how does having a meal together do all of that? People, including children, feel important when we have time for them and show an active interest in their lives. They also learn important lessons like manners, their role in the family, how they fit into the family. Giving them chores like setting the table, helping to choose and prepare the meal, and cleanup also helps them develop responsibility and a purpose. You know what? Why don't you just come have dinner with me and my family? This smells really good.
It does.
Thank you guys for helping me make it.
It actually does smell good.
It does, doesn't it? Yours good?
It smells good. I done the picture.
Uh-uh.
Why?
Chloe, will you pass me your rice when you're done?
Hi, Mama. How are we going to bake?
Wyatt, how was school today?
Oh,
Good. Was anything difficult for you today?
No.
None of it?
I just
Restart your
He's still on the green
So
side.
is that math that we worked on, you doing better with that now?
It's not a problem.
Good.
Not cheap boy.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Math.
Don't be lying.
You wouldn't do that, would you, huh?
Nope. You see why? Don't be lying. No.
Do you have a meeting with your teacher this week, Chloe?
I do. I'm not on Wednesday. It might be a lame year.
Anyone like a crab a long time?
I'm good. That's it. Thank you. I just think it's what?
Wow.
Steven, how was your day?
My day?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. How about you?
Good. I got all those deadlines met, so feeling pretty good about it.
What about me?
How was you?
I would love to know how your day was.
My day was good in the bed.
Yeah. Did you sleep good?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did you have that super soft blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah. You always sleep good when you have that super soft blanket.
It's almost February, and that means Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day means hearts. Well, maybe not the hearts you're thinking about. Let's head over to our friend Madhvi and learn more about the Heart and Vascular Center at WVU.
My name is Madhvi Kadiala. I'm the director of the Women's Heart Program at the Heart and Vascular Institute at WVU. Heart disease remains the number one killer for both men and women across the country, but it is much more of a problem here in our state. In fact, the prevalence of heart disease is almost twice as much as the national average. it also is true that people die early, meaning less than 75 years age, from heart disease in our state, much more than the rest of the country. And much of it is avoidable. We have much higher rates of obesity, physical inactivity, and there's a lot more smoking in our state, and diabetes, much more than the country's average. And this comes from CDC statistics. We also have much higher rates of high blood pressure and high cholesterol in the state. And all these factors contribute to having higher heart disease, both in men and women. We are now finding out that women's hearts are different. The way their risk factors are different, the way they present disease is different, and we're learning more about it. In particular, there are some simple things that we can learn about risk as women. If a woman has early menarche, meaning has periods before 12 years old, or if they have developed risk factors during pregnancy, maybe they developed high blood pressure or diabetes, or if you don't lose weight with the baby weight within the first year of delivering, these are all indicators that you have higher risk of heart disease later in your life. It also, another inflection point or time point where heart disease happens is around menopause. And women who have earlier menopause when they're less than 40 years old, they have a higher risk of heart disease. So we also know that women present differently, meaning they might not have as many blockages in their blood vessels that supply the heart, we call them coronary arteries, as much as men, but they still have reduced blood flow to their heart muscle, meaning they have more diffuse disease throughout their blood vessels. So this kind of disease is difficult to diagnose by traditional methods. So it has been recognized that there's a difference. And we call this Yentl syndrome, meaning that when a woman presents with symptoms of heart disease, but because she doesn't have as much blockages, she doesn't get picked up as having heart disease. And she doesn't get the benefit of medical treatments as men might get because they have more clear-cut blockages. And this leads to differences in care. So all of these have important reasons why we should particularly focus on women's heart health. Here at the Heart and Vascular Institute, we have a specific pathway called the Women's Heart Program that we've created in collaboration with the obstetrics and the gynecology department. We offer a comprehensive program for women's heart health. We are very much interested in learning more about how to treat conditions that have traditionally been missed in the past. We're part of several multi-site trials, Warrior study being one of them, where we're looking at intensive medical treatment for women who have non-obstructive coronary artery disease. We also are having several research programs looking at hormone replacement therapy and blood flow to the heart muscle in women. I would recommend a couple of resources to learn more about heart health. Particularly for women, there is American Heart Association has GoRedForWomen.org, which has multiple resources in learning about heart health, how women can present differently, and what kind of support systems are available. Another useful website is womenheart.org, which shares both patient stories. It has forums to connect with other people with similar problems and has many initiatives. So I would say the top 3 things that I would do is make sure you're physically active and eat healthy nutrition, and practice mindfulness. So when we talk about keeping ourselves physically active, it is at least 30 minutes of moderate activity, at least 5 days a week. Practicing mindfulness, avoid having good thoughts, practicing meditation, taking deep breaths, spending time in the nature. All of this will increase your vagal tone, which helps you with the heart disease. This is in addition to avoiding smoking, making sure you're maintaining a healthy weight. When we're talking about eating healthy, increasing plant-based diet, taking whole grains, avoiding or minimizing sugars, minimizing fat, and keeping your grocery shopping to the periphery of the grocery store, incorporating mostly fresh food. Those would be simple steps to keep a heart healthy diet.
In the cold winter months, sometimes we need to just put on our happy shoes and do a little dancing. Let's head over to Lauren and EJ and learn more.
Hi, I'm EJ.
And I'm Lauren. A lot of us are staying home more these days, and it can be hard to stay active while staying inside during these cold winter months. Dancing is a fun and easy way to add some movement to your day and reduce stress. Try incorporating dancing into everyday things that you're already doing. For example, put on some music while you're folding laundry, cooking dinner, or cleaning up the house. What do you think?
Sometimes when I do chores, dancing makes it a lot more fun.
Oh yeah? Do you want to get your dad and show him what it's like to dance while you clean up?
Yeah,
All right.
let's do this.
Are you guys ready to clean up?
Yes.
All right, let's do this.
I've been trying to call. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through a drought. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch, baby. I look around since city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said,
Great job cleaning up, guys. Another idea, if you're missing relatives that you can't see, try having a dance party via Zoom or on the phone. Do you want to have a dance party with your grandparents, EJ?
Yep,
All right,
here we go again.
let's do this.
Hi, Grammy, Grandpa. Hi, people. How are you?
Good. Fine. Hi. How are you doing?
Want to have a dance party?
Yes. Good idea. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
And make sure you can hear some music.
Yeah. Oh, I hear something.
I'm running out of time. 'Cause I can see the sun light up the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. Oh, the city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. And I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, but I'm like this, you're the one I trust.
Thanks for dancing with.
When are you gonna get a new oven?
Bye.
Huh?
Goodbye.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Remember that dancing can be done by anyone of any age or fitness level and doesn't require any fancy equipment or clothing or supplies. So we hope that you'll add a little bit of dancing to your day.
Thanks for dancing with us. Thank you. Bye.
One thing that I remember about Valentine's Day when I was in school was a pizza party. I don't know why we had pizza on Valentine's Day, but we always did. And, well, we're gonna have some pizza today too. Let's head over to our friend Dana and learn how to make a pizza with a healthy touch.
I'm Dana Wright. I'm the WVU Extension Agent in Logan County. And thank you for joining us this afternoon. So today what we're going to do is we're going to really just take a traditional recipe of one of our most favorite foods, which is pizza, and we're going to make some adjustments to it and make it a little bit more healthy. So joining us today is my niece, Callie. And so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have made the decision today that we are actually going to use pita bread for our pizza crust. And not only are we using pita bread, but we're using whole wheat pita bread. So we're going to get some extra fiber and grains in our diet by choosing that. Now, some other options that you may want to select that are also healthy options are naan bread, or you may want to use some tortilla wraps, such as this Extreme Wellness Spinach and Herb wrap. And this is really a really good way to get an extra serving of veggies into your pizza making. And then we also have here our cauliflower crust, which is actually one of my favorites. But today we're going to try something a little bit different. And last but not least, the other way that you can really work with your family and just reduce the amount of calories that they are getting in a traditional pizza is by actually making your own. So we actually tried to find something that was easiest for people. So we went to the store and found one that we felt was really healthy and good, a good choice, which is our Pillsbury pizza crust. And this is the thin and crispy mix. And all you have to do is add your own oil and water at home and you're good to go, okay? There are also gluten-free options available for those of us who are watching our gluten intake. Okay, so another thing that Callie and I did today, we know that sometimes it's difficult, especially if you have picky eaters at home, it's a little bit difficult for them to actually select. You know, you can't openly put the veggies on the pizza all the time. You know, if they see the green peppers or the onions, they have a tendency to kind of shy away from that, especially if it's something they're not used to trying. So what Callie and I did today was we went ahead and prepared our pizza sauce, but we added veggies into the pizza sauce. So today's vegetable choice is actually zucchini and carrots, and we are going to place that into the mix. And it sounds like our oven is done preheating, so we'll be good to go just here in a few moments. Okay. Go ahead, Callie. Some of our other toppings that we've selected to use today is, just put it on there and spread it out, baby. Yep, just spread it out. Now, we will tell you that this pizza sauce is a little more chunkier than normal just because of the extra veggies that we've added. Good job. Now, for our other toppings, we know that sometimes all kids love pepperoni for the most part. So what we've decided to do is we have actually added and used some turkey pepperoni. Now, the beauty of the turkey pepperoni, in my experience, has been that the turkey pepperoni is actually, if you like the crispy pepperoni on the top of your pizza, turkey pepperoni is great for this. And the turkey pepperoni has 70% less fat than traditional pepperoni. So this is absolutely a much healthier, but it's also a really tasty and comparable choice to make. Then I've also got some green peppers here that I'm going to add to mine. Perfect, Callie, that's beautiful. And then I've got some banana peppers here. We have chosen to select 2% fat mozzarella cheese for our pizza here. And I'm going to go ahead and put mine on here. Callie, what toppings would you like, baby? Well, you can get whichever one you want, sis. Whichever you like.
So what are my toppings exactly?
Okay, so we have pepperoni, green peppers, banana peppers, and cheese. It's up to you.
Okay, well, I'm going to put some cheese on that.
Okay, you want cheese and what else? Pepperoni?
Yep.
All right, and do you want banana peppers today or no?
Yeah, I'll take some banana peppers.
Okay.
I have never had What are those green peppers?
Those are green peppers.
I have never had green peppers.
You haven't? Do you want to try some today?
I will try one. Yes.
Yes. So Callie's going to be a trooper today. She's going to try something new. Okay. It's not a whole lot there.
I did not think.
Okay. There you go. Go ahead and sprinkle your cheese on there. You're more than welcome to sprinkle your cheese on there. Okay. You want more cheese than that? Put all the cheese on there that you want, baby. Okay. And once we're finished adding our toppings, we are actually going to, I actually think I'm going to take those off and put mine on the top. We are actually going to, let me put those on there. I'll give you some more things. We're going to put these in the oven for about 10 minutes on 425. Give it time for the crust to get crisp, as well as for the cheese to melt really well.
So this is what the cheese looks like before they
Yeah.
put it in the oven.
Yep, this is what the cheese looks like before we melt it. That's fine. You want to put your banana peppers away? Okay. And then you want some more cheese on top?
Yes.
Okay. So let's put a little bit more cheese on top here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you. That's more than cheese.
Okay. All right. And then what we're going to do is we have a pizza pan and we're going to put these in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back and these are our beautiful pizzas. We've actually put them in the oven on 425 for 10 minutes. And then we allowed a little bit of cooling down time for them. Just remember that's important so that we don't, little mouths don't get burned. All right, so now we're going to try our pizzas. So good, isn't it, Kelly? So again, thank you for joining us this afternoon. We hope that we've given you some ideas of some ways to create healthier pizzas at home with your family and your loved ones. And so from Callie and I, we want to say have a great day and we'll see you soon. Wave, cowgirl. Bye.
Hey, thanks for joining us again today on WVU Extension Today. Happy Valentine's Day. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay active. We'll see you next time.